Hey guys, Boris back. So I'm gonna in this stream gonna show you guys how you can scalp this sideways market in Bitcoin right now. Before we go into that, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and be sure to, of course, check out our amazing Telegram community on XX Crypto. Let me just show it really quickly. So in this community, for those who don't know, we showcase our signals, our setups, our analysis, all the great profits that we're making, and really, I think it's been bringing a lot of value to the community. So be sure to check this out if you're watching this. If you're not already a member, it's completely free. Um, and yeah, you can. I'll put the description in the link. I'll put the link in the description down below. So anyway, let's get into the topic at hand, which is how can we actually scalp this market? Now, I do have a few strategies that I've been experimenting with over the years, which I want to showcase. Now, one strategy here, it's pretty simple, but it requires a lot of discipline because this is like a very fast-paced market, as I'm sure you guys are aware. But essentially, what I've plotted here is this green line. This is the 55 period exponential moving average, and essentially what the strategy is like once price gets above this line. So again, this isn't a magical line. This is a 55 period exponential moving average. So once it gets above this line, you go long. It's really as simple as that. You go you basically just hold this position as long as it stays above the 55 period average. Now there are a lot of nuances with this kind of approach. Well, let's say, you did go long on this candle over here and you rode this up. This was about, from low to high, about a 0.7% move, which obviously isn't high. But, if we're trading the lower time frames, we're using um, probably quite a bit of leverage. I think it's very safe to use 100, maybe even 200x leverage on Bitcoin. Even on the lower term, like on lower term time frames, like the 5 minute, I think it's actually pretty. I won't say it's safe. I think it's definitely realistic at this point because Bitcoin is so liquid now, has so much liquidity that using more like excessive leverage, I don't think it's actually that bad. So yeah, so this is like one strategy. Now, of course, you can also go short, right? Once it crosses back below the 55. But keep in mind, we are in an uptrend right now, right? Like Bitcoin is mostly bullish. So what we want to do here is apply like a mostly bullish bias when it comes to creating this market. So we want to be long only, right? So again, price comes back down below the 55, then comes back here. Now, let's say you go long here, you have a small win up here. Then you exit the position once it goes back below. And this is just like scalping, right? So you're just like going for like very, very small percentage gain. So right here, of course, it's back above the 55. It holds it, tests it, and once again, like when it tests the 55, it's like a good area to actually buy in, right? Because like you have so little room for error because you know that if the next candle goes below the 55, then you just exit the trade, right? So again, like you could go short, like you could apply short strategy, like this would have worked out, right? Like price crosses below the 55, and then it just goes down somewhat, not that much, but just enough. Um, so yeah, this is like I think a very effective strategy, but I think it's more effective when you're following the trend, right? So the trend is to the upside right now. So you can see this very clearly. Like even if you were able to catch a short, it'd be like a very, very small move. Like let's say you went for this movement, this would have been like only a 0.18% move, right? Like even with leverage, this would have been hard to make profits on. But let's say when it crosses back above the 55, right? So right here crosses back above. We have like a nice move, almost one. This is like a really nice one. This is like 1%. So If you were using, like, 100x leverage, this would've been a 100% move for you guys. So something to keep in mind. Then again, like, right here, Bitcoin price above the 55, 0.68% move. Again, like, if you're using, like, higher leverage, like, this would have been probably a pretty good trade, I would imagine. Don't worry. I think my chart just froze. Okay, it's back. So again, you're just scalping this, right? So whenever it goes above 55, you go long. You could go short. I don't recommend it. I just recommend just going long. Just be aware of the current trend, right? Now, this would have been an example where like going short would have worked. Like you would have gone short on this candle, and then you would have had a nice move of. Well, it wasn't like that big, but also you could see how the 55 period at EMA is acting as resistance, right? When price goes below it, it acts as resistance, and when price goes above the 55, it tends to act as support. Right here, you can see like it tested here, rejection, tested here, rejection, tested here, rejection, etc. Again, the strategy isn't perfect, and actually, what I'm going to show you is like a very cool trick. So, what you actually want to do with this kind of strategy, actually pair it with a momentum indicator, right? And guys, look at this trade. Like it goes above 55 right here. You have like about a 0.89% move, right? Which is pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. So you can see how this exponential moving average almost like serves as a magnet for price action. Now, what I want to show you guys is like how you can actually combine um like this kind of strategy with a momentum indicator to give you confirmation, right? So what I'm gonna do is put in what's it called? Oh yeah, the water tar explosion indicator. So essentially, what this there are certain settings you need to use for this, but me, let me figure it out. Yeah, so basically, what you want to do with this kind of indicator, so you want to pair it, right? So in this case, you want to go long only if this indicator is confirming, right? So only if this indicator has positive volume bars or momentum. Actually, they're momentum bars, not necessarily volume bars. So you enter the trade here. You ride it all the way here, and everything is great. Um, and then once you get price confirmation, you can ride this to the top. Maybe not to the top, but yeah, you can go long right here. We get like momentum confirmation plus confirmation above the 55 exponential. And you could also use this as a exit indicator, right? Like it tells you here, like the momentum has wind down, so you want to exit right here. And that would have been actually a great exit point. And again, it tells you to go long right here. So the problem with this is that it does, tend to lag sometimes. Like if you're waiting for confirmation, sometimes you'll miss the entry. But it really depends like how conservative or aggressive you are, right? So for myself, I'm more, I guess, yeah, conservative. So I would need price confirmation, and right here we get it. And this turned out to be not the best trade, but yeah, you would have probably gotten out like a very small loss or just at break even if you took this one. See what else we got. Yeah, see, it's not always fair. Like sometimes like price just goes above the 55 and then just kind of goes sideways and just goes back down. Sometimes you get choppy. So this strategy is not perfect at all, but it tends to be pretty effective in my opinion. And again, this is a good example. So price confirms above the 55, plus we get confirmation from our momentum indicator, and then we can like almost get a 1% move from this. This is just one scalping strategy. I have many more strategies, but it's just the title of the stream is scalping, how to scalp Bitcoin. So this is what I wanted to, yes, what I really wanted to cover. Just a simple scalping strategy and how you can pair it with a momentum indicator. Let's look at one example. I know I told you guys that you shouldn't go short like when it's an uptrend, but you can, especially if you get confirmation from your momentum indicator, right? So we get confirmation on right here on this candle, right? So momentum is above the we'll call this the explosion level. It's above the average, and then now we can like take this short, and we probably could have gained like 0.6%, which isn't that much. But again, if we're using leverage, these returns are obviously magnified significantly, right? It's like let's look at one more example. So again, you could have gone short right here as well, because the price is below the 55, and then merges back down. So we've been like another 0.6% move. So again, we're going for like very, very like small gains. So this is scalping. So we're just in and out very fast. When it's time to be out, we're out. When we're in for a short time. So this is like not for everyone. I'm more of a swing trader. This has been my style for probably a couple of years now. But I do know certain techniques and strategies when it comes to scalping as well. This is like one strategy that I recommend you guys to backtest and experiment with. Again, this is like using a 55 period EMA and simply going long when price goes above the 55 and going short when price goes back below the 55. And again, certain nuances to this, like when the price is like you want to take into consideration the overall macro trend, right? So when price is above the 55 and we're in an overall up on the longer time frames, then that is a sign that you should be long biased, right? You shouldn't be going short in a bull market, and you shouldn't be going long in a bear market either. Um, so yeah, but guys, feel free to experiment with this. Once again, before I end this, I want to showcase our amazing Telegram group where we share all of our insights and analysis, and we post amazing trade setups, trade signals, and people have been very happy so far. And we tell you guys exactly at which point to take profits, where to put your stop loss, etc. And look at these amazing profits that people are making. Wow, there's this one guy who made over 481% on Sui. That's insane. Crypto W is his name. He made 231% on Ethereum. So that's pretty cool. So guys, join this community. XX Crypto, we post setups, analysis, live streams, video content every week, just teaching you about certain concepts within the crypto world. So yeah, be sure to check this out. And yeah, think of that. I will start to end it right here. That was just one example of a scalping strategy you could have taken. So I'll end it right here, and yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video or next stream.